Everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about merge sort. This is also one of the sorting algorithm. Now we would understand how merge sort works on unsorted array. So let us assume one unsorted array is given to us and we want to apply merge sort on this. So what merge sort says, you divide this unsorted array in such a way so that you can get the two sorted subarrays. So let me explain this. Let's suppose the name of the array is A and starting index is 1 and last index value is what, 8. So let me write this is I is pointing to the starting index and j is pointing to the last index. So now first we need to find the mid value so that we can divide into two parts. So let me calculate mid value. So mid is nothing but I plus j divided by 2 and you can take the floor value. So if you calculate mid, so it is going to be 1 plus 8 divided by 2 and take the floor value. So it is going to be 9 divided by 2 is 4.5, so take floor value, so it is 4. So means what, you have divided this problem into two parts. So one part contains element from 1 to 4 and another parts contain elements from 5 to 8. So if you see 1 to 4, what are the elements? 1 to 4 50, then 25, then 40, then 70, then this side 5, 15, 90 and 13. So this side we are having this one array and this side we are having another array. So see this, if you see this array is still unsorted array and this array is still unsorted array. So now again we are going to divide this array into two parts. So let us divide this into two parts. How we can divide? So starting index is this time 1 and last index is j. If you calculate mid, so in this case mid is going to be I plus j. So 1 plus 4 divided by 2 and you can take the floor value. So this is nothing but 5 divided by 2 5 divided by 2 and you can take the floor value. So it is going to be 2. So this side now it is going to be a of 1 to 2 and this side it is a2 3 comma 4. Now if you divide this into two parts, because this is also unsorted array, this is not actually sorted, so that is the reason we are again dividing this. So if you divide this, it is going to be a of 5 to 6 and this is going to be divided from 7 to 8. Now see this part contains what elements? It contains 50 comma 25 and it contains 40 comma 70. Now so this part contains 5 comma 15 and this part contains 90 comma 13. Correct? Now if you see this part, this is not sorted array, and this is, see, we are not able to say whether this is sorted or not, because whenever there are more than one elements, we cannot without comparison we cannot say whether it is sorted or not. So still it is, we can assume it still is, it is not sorted. So this is also, we can see this is not sorted. So now when we can say this array is sorted, if array contains only one element, then we can say this array is sorted. One element is always sorted. So let us again divide into two parts. So let me divide this into two parts. So it is going to be, if you calculate mid, so 1 plus 2 divided by 2 and take the floor value. So it is nothing but 3 divided by 2. So it is 1.5, and if you take mid, so it is going to be, if you take floor, so it is going to be 1. So it is nothing but 1 comma 1, and so this part is nothing but a comma 2 comma 2. So this is nothing but a comma 3 comma 3. If you calculate mid for this, so it will be divided into two parts, 4 comma 4. So this is nothing but a comma 5 comma 5, and this is nothing but 6 comma 6. Now let us calculate the mid also in this. So 7 plus 8 divided by 2 and take the floor value. So 7 plus 8 is 15 divided by 2. So 15 divided by 2, 7.5, and if you take floor value, so it is going to be 7. So means one array would be from 7 to 7 and another array would be from 8 to 8. So now 1 comma 1 contains 50. Now this 2 comma 2 contains 25. Now it contains what? 40. It contains 70. Now it contains 5. Now it contains 15. Now it contains what? 90, and it contains 13. If you see now this is one sorted array, and this is one of the sorted array. So because if array contains one element, that array is always sorted array, correct? So this is 70, this is also one of the array, this is also one of the array. So these are the, if you see how many sorted subarrays we are having, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we are having 8 sorted subarrays. Now what to do? Now we have to merge these two sorted arrays in such a way so that we can get the one sorted array. See, let me explain this. Let's suppose we are having this this is sorted array, sorted subarray, and this is also one sorted subarray. So now if we can merge these two, in such a way so that we can get the sorted array, so now our task is to be completed. Means what I mean, first we need to understand what is the how we can merge these two sorted subarray. So first we need to understand what is merge procedure. So let us talk about the merge procedure, then we will discuss how we can merge this array. So let me explain the merge procedure. So what is merge procedure? Merge procedure. So in the merge procedure, what is the input? Input is nothing but the two sorted subarray. Two sorted subarray it requires. Then only you can merge. Two sorted subarray it requires. Then only you can merge. So let us assume. Let me talk about the first case. Let's suppose 1. So our array contains how many elements? Array contains 8 elements. Now in this array, let me store some elements. So let's say this is 10, this is 20, this is 30, and this is 40. Let me store 11, 21, 31, and 41. So see. So this array is not actually sorted array, but if you see, this array is sorted, this is one of the sorted array, and this is also one of the sorted array. Means what? We are having two sorted subarrays. Now we must understand how we can merge these two sorted subarrays in one common array. So let's suppose this is sorted array. So this is sorted array, and this is another sorted array. Sorted array. Now how many elements it contains? It contains 4 elements. It also contains 4 elements. So this also contains 4 elements. So how to merge these two sorted subarrays? So see, let's suppose this is pointing I is the index which is pointing to the index number 1, and let's say this is the mid. Let's suppose this variable is mid, and let us assume this is k variable, and let's say this is last index is j. So this is, now we need to merge these two sorted array in one array of size 8. So let us take the first one array of size 8. So let us assume this is array of size 8. So the name of the array is B. Now we need to copy all the elements from these two sorted subarrays to this common array B. So 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, 5, this is 6, this is 7, and this is 8. So let's suppose P is a pointer which is pointing to the index number 1. Now see what we will do. So we will compare the first element of the first array with the first element of the second array. So means what we are trying to do in this case, we are trying to find the minimum of these two elements. So means we are comparing 10 and 11. So whichever is minimum we will copy here. So let us understand. So minimum of 10 comma 11. 10 comma 11. So which one is minimum? So what is the minimum in this case? Minimum is 10. Correct. So we will copy 10 in this array. Correct. In B array. So now we will start pointing to the next array, because next element will be copied into the next location. So P is pointing to the next location. Correct. Now we have already copied 10. So now we are going to compare with the next element, which is 20. So now I is pointing to the next element. Now again we are going to find minimum of 20 comma 11. So let's see, minimum of 20 comma 11. So what is the minimum in this case? Minimum is 11. So means this time we are copying this 11. So 11 will be copied here. Correct? Now 11 is already copied. So we will increment the value of k. So now k is pointing to this second location. So this is now incremented. Now, so because we have already copied 11, so p will start pointing to the next location because we want to copy next two elements at location 3. So p is pointing to the next location. Now what we will do, because I is pointing to the second location and k is also pointing to the second location. So again we are going to find the minimum of these two. So minimum of what? 20 comma 21. 20 comma 21. Which one is minimum? Minimum is 20. So minimum is 20 means what? We will copy 20 here in this array. Correct? Then we copied 20. So let us increment the value of I. So I will start pointing to the next location, which is 3. So I is pointing to this location. Correct? Now then we have already copied 20 here. So p will start pointing to the next location because we are going to copy next element at fourth location. So now I is pointing to the location 3 and k is pointing to the location 6. So means what? We are going to compare these two elements. So minimum of 30 and 21. 30 and 21. So what is the minimum in this case? 21. So now 21 is the minimum. So we are going to copy 21 at this location. Correct? So simply because we have already copied 21, so you can increment the value of k. Now k is pointing to this location. K is pointing to the next location, which is 7. Now we can increment simply p because next element will be copied at the next location. So p is pointing to the location 5. Now what we will do? Now I is pointing to 3 location and k is pointing to the next location, which is 7. So now we are going to compare these two elements. Whichever is minimum, that will be you can copy here. So minimum of 30 comma 31. So which one is minimum? So 30 is minimum. So let us copy 30 at location 5. Correct? So now we have already copied 30. So I will be incremented and I will start pointing to the next location, which is which is location 4. So now we have already copied 30 here. So p will start pointing to the next location. So let us increment p. So p is pointing to the next location, which is 6. Now so again we are going to find the minimum of. So now p is I is pointing to the location 4, so which is nothing but 40, and currently k is pointing to 31, so 31. Which one is minimum out of these two? So 31 is minimum. So 31 will be copied here. So I have copied 31 here. Now 31 I have copied here. So now let us increment the value of k. So k will start pointing to the next location, which is 8, index number 8. Now we have already copied 31, so let us increment the value of p. So p is pointing to the index number 7. Now again you are going to compare 40 and 41. So minimum of 40 and 41. Which one is minimum? Obviously 40 is minimum. So we will copy 40. So 40 will be copied. Now I is I is pointing to the fourth location. So we have already copied. So I will be incremented. Now I will become 5. Correct? I will become 5 because you have already copied. So you are going to increment I. Now I is already incremented, so I will become 5. Now so it means what? See, so in this case, if I equal to 5 means I already crossed the first array limit. So if I is already crossed the first array limit, it means what? This first array is already copied in this array. It means that array is already sorted array, so you can simply copy the elements from the second array. So you don't need to make any other comparison. So you can simply copy 41 here, because that element is the already sorted array element. So 41 will be copied as it is. If you see now, so now we have merged these two sorted subarrays in one common array, which is B. Now if you will see, this is the sorted array. So 10, 11, 20, 21, 30, 31, 40, 41. This array is sorted array. So this is how we can merge these, this is how we can merge two sorted subarrays. So now how many comparisons we have taken? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total we have made 7 comparisons. Now this is what the worst case of merge sort. Worst case of merge procedure. Merge procedure means in worst case we have taken 7 comparisons. So let me generalize this. Let's suppose let us assume m is the elements of this sorted subarray, and n is the number of elements which is available in the second sorted subarray. Then how many comparisons we will do in worst case? Previously, this array contains 4 elements, this array contains 4 elements. Then we have how many comparisons we have done? 7 comparisons. 4 plus 4, 8 plus 8 minus 1, so 7 comparisons in this case. So if array contains, this array contains m number of elements and this array contains n number of elements, then how many comparisons we will do in worst case? So it is going to be m plus n minus 1. See, this is very, very important. You need to remember this. In worst case, it will take m plus n minus 1 number of comparisons. In worst case, merge procedure will take m plus n minus 1 number of comparisons. This is very, very important. Correct? Now let me ask you, let's suppose this array contains n by 2 elements. This array contains n by 2 elements and this array also contains n by 2 elements. Correct? In worst case, how many comparisons I will do? In worst case, we are going to make how many comparisons? So n by 2 plus n by 2 plus n by 2 minus 1. So this is what the worst case comparisons. Correct? So if you simplify, so it is going to be n minus 1. So these many number of comparisons we will make in worst case. If size of the array is n by 2 and n by 2. If size of the array is what? M plus m comma, so if first array contains m number of elements and second array contains n number of elements, so we will require m plus n minus 1 number of comparisons. If array contains 4 elements and the second array also contains 4 elements, it will we need how many number of comparisons? We need only 4 plus 4 minus 1, so which is 7. So we have already seen 7 number of comparisons in worst case. So this is what the worst case of merge procedure. Now let me discuss about the best case of merge procedure. Let's suppose we are having one array. So this is, I is the starting index and j is the last index, and let's say this is 60, 70, 80, 90. So this is one of the array, and next array is, let's say, 15, 25, let's say this is 30, and this is 50. Correct? If you see, this array is already sorted array and this array is already sorted array. It means what? If input is 2 sorted subarray, then we can perform merge. We can perform the merge procedure. So how to perform merge procedure? So let's say this is the mid. So this variable is what? Mid. So how I'm writing mid? So I'm simply calculating the first mid. Now mid, how to calculate mid? For this problem, 1 plus 8 is what? 1 plus 8 divided by 2, then take the floor value. So if you calculate, this is 9 by divided by 2 and it is going to be 4.5. You can take floor. So mid is what? 4. So that is how I am calculating. The next array will start from mid plus 1. So let me store that value into the k variable. Correct? Now, so now this is one of the sorted array. This is also one of the sorted array. Now I'm discussing, this is the best case of merge sort. This is the best case. So what is the meaning of best case? Means in best case, how many comparisons we will need? Let us see. So let's suppose this is the array. This is the array in which we need to merge these elements. Total 8 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So name of the array is, let's say, B, and P is the pointer which is pointing to the index number 1. So what we will do? So simply we will compare. We will find the minimum of first element of the first array and first element of the second array. So which is minimum of 60, 15. Now which one is minimum? Minimum is what? Minimum is 15. So we will copy 15 in this array. Now, so we will simply increment the value of k. So now k is pointing to the second location, means index number 6. Now then again we are going to find what? Minimum of, let me write, minimum of 60, 25. So which one is minimum? Again 25 is the minimum. So we will copy 25 here, correct? And we have already incremented p. So p is pointing here. Now, so we have already copied 25. So let us increment the p value. So p will start pointing to the next location because we are going to store next value in this location. So see, now we have already copied 25. So we are going to make the comparison with this element. So k will be incremented. Now k is pointing to the index number 7. Then again we are going to find now I and k. So minimum of a of I. A of I means what? 60, and a of k means what? 30. So this is what the number of comparison. So which one is minimum? This is what? 30. Again 30 is minimum. So 30 will be copied here. So you have already made the comparison. So k will be incremented. K is going to be, k will start pointing to the index number 8. Now, so we have already copied 30. So p will start pointing to the next location. So p is pointing to this location 4. Now, then again we are going to compare which we are going to find minimum of 60, 50. 60, 50. So it is going to be what? 50. So 50 will be copied in this location, correct? Now, so again you are going to increment. Now, so you have already copied this, so k will be incremented. Now k value will become 9, correct? K value will become 9. So see, if k value has become 9, it means what? Means we have already copied the contents of this second array into the first array. That is the reason k has incremented. Now k is out of reach. K is out of this array. So what is the meaning? We have already copied the content of this array, and these two arrays sorted array. So it means what? You can simply copy all the contents of this array into this array. So let me copy all the contents from this array. So 60, you don't need to make comparisons. Simply you can copy 60, 70, 80 and 19. And if you see, this array is sorted array. This array is sorted array, correct? Now, so this is what the how many comparisons we have made in this case? 1, 2, 3, 4. Only we have done 4 comparisons. This is what the base case. What is the meaning? Let's suppose number of elements in this array is m. Number of elements are in this array is m, and number of elements in this array is, let's say, n. So let's suppose previously it contains 4 elements. This also contains 4 elements. So what is the answer? How many comparison in base case? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is the answer. In base case, one array is the 1/2 is the answer. In base case, 1/2 is the answer. So if array contains m elements and second array contains n elements, what is the answer? So it could be either this part or this part. So let me write order of either m or n. So this is what the answer, correct? Means in this case we have done how many comparisons? 4. So either this part or this part. Now let's suppose, let me generalize this. Let's say it contains ny2 elements. This also contains ny2 elements. Now what is the number of comparisons we will make in base case? So base case will take either this part or this part. So n/2 comparisons, correct? Yes. Now, so this is what this is about merge procedure in base case. And so in worst case it takes how many comparisons? In worst case it takes order of m plus n minus 1, and in best case it takes order of either m or n. So this is what the number of comparisons. So let us write the merge procedure. Whatever we are doing, we will write in the form of merge procedure. So let me write the algorithm. Let me write the code for the merge procedure. So see, in merge procedure, what would be the input? So see, A is the array and I is the starting index of the first sorted subarray, and this mid is what? Mid is nothing but the last index of the first sorted subarray. Now this is what? First sorted subarray. Now what is the second sorted subarray? So which will start from the mid plus 1, and so it will end up to the j. So this is what the second sorted subarray. Mid plus 1 is nothing but the starting index of the second sorted subarray, and j is what? J is the last index of the second sorted subarray. So now what we will do? So what is the, let's say, so this is what the scene. Let's say A is the array. Now in this array, so we are having 2 sorted subarray. So this is what? One sorted subarray, and this is what? Another sorted subarray, correct? Now, so let's say this is what the starting index of the first sorted subarray. So I is pointing to the index, and this is the last index of the first sorted subarray. So which will be pointed by the mid. Now k is pointing to the So let me store in k variable. So mid plus 1 means what? K is pointing to the first index of the second sorted subarray, and j is pointing to the last index of the second sorted subarray. Correct? Now, so now first we need to take one array of size. Now let's say size of this array is m and size of this array is n. So we need to take one array of size m plus n. Correct? So that we can store all the elements. So m plus n is the size of this array. So in the name of this array you can take, let's say the name of this array is b. Correct? Now p is pointing to the first location. Correct? Now what we will do, we are going to compare this element and this element. Means what? We are going to compare the first element of the first sorted subarray with first element of the second sorted subarray. Now whichever is minimum, we are going to simply copy in this array. Correct? Now, so let's suppose this one is minimum, then we are going to increment I to the next location. If this one is minimum, then we are going to increment I. Then once we will copy this element, then we are going to increment p also. Correct? So let me write that condition. See, now what is the limit for first sorted subarray? So we can maximum increment I up to mid, because this is what the first sorted subarray limit. So now let me write that condition. While I less than mid. Now this is what the condition for first sorted subarray, and what is the limit for the second sorted subarray? K can be, we can increment k up to j. So this could be k less than equal to j. So this is what the condition. Now then what we are doing, we are just comparing first element. So means what? A of I with a of k. If a of I less than a of k. Let's suppose this is the situation. It means what? Let me take some elements. So let me take some elements. Let's say this is 10, this is 20, this is 30, this is 40, and let's say this is 60, this is 70, this is 80, this is 90. So this is what one of the sorted, so this is second sorted subarray, and this is what first sorted subarray. Now in this case you are comparing 10 and 60. Which one is minimum? 10. So you are going to simply copy 10 here. Correct? So now what I'm doing, if this condition is true, in this case 10 less than 60, yes, condition is true, then you are simply copying a of I into b of p. So b of p equal to a of I you are copying. Correct? So this is what the condition. Now see, because you have already copied this, so you are going to increment I to the next location. So we are incrementing I plus plus. Correct? Now because we have already copied here, so next element would be copied into the next location. So we are incrementing p also, p plus plus. Correct? This is what the first condition. Let's suppose this is not true. This is not true means in what situation it will not be true? Let's say we are having elements like this. So this is what? 60, this is 70, this is 80, this is 90, let's say this is 10, this is 20, this is 30, this is 40. Correct? Now so we are going see, this is one first sorted subarray, and this is what? Second sorted subarray. Now what we will do, we are going to compare this element and this element. Correct? Now if you see, this condition is not true. Now 60 is not less than 10 means what? We need to see out of these two elements which one is minimum. So 10. So means what? We are going to copy 10 in this element. So if this condition is not true, it means what? You have to copy this element. Else now b of p equal to a of k. So a of k. Then in the next line, so after we have already copied, let's say 10, so we are going to increment the value of k, because we are going to compare now next time 60 and 20. So it is going to be so let us increment k plus plus. Then so now we need to increment p also, p plus plus, so that we can copy the next element also. So this is what the while condition. Now let me write the remaining code also. So what is the remaining code? Now let's see now what could be the situation. Let's suppose, first let me discuss case number 1. Let's say this is case number 1. See, means what? See, first we will compare 60 and 10. So 10 will be copied, yes. Then we are going to make the comparison between 60 and 20. So 20 will be copied here, correct? Then we will make the comparison between 60 and 30. So 30 will be copied. Then again we are going to compare 60 and 40. So 40 will be copied. Whichever is minimum will be copied here, correct? Now it means what? K is reached to J. Now K is also pointing to the last location, let's say, which is 8, correct? So this is 7, this is 6, this is 5, this is 4, 3, 2, 1. So now K has reached to the last index. Now K is also pointing to the index number 8, and J is also pointing to the index number 8. So it means what? Now, like once we will copy this element 40, correct? So we have already copied this. Then we are going to increment the value of K. So K will become 9, correct? Once we will copy this element, so K will become 9. Means what? Once K will become 9, it means what? We have already copied the second sorted subarray in this array, correct? Now, so if you execute this code, so now what is the value of K? K is 9, and what is the maximum value of J? J is what? 8. So it means what? This loop will not be executed, correct? But we have not copied the first array. We have not copied the first array element. So what we can do? So we have already copied the second sorted subarray. So simply we need to copy the contents of the first array. So now for that we need to write the code. So what is the code? Now see, while, let me write I less than mid. If this condition is true, see what is the value of I is what? 1, and mid is what? 4. So 1 less than 4. 1 less than 4 condition is true. It means what? We can copy the contents into the B. So B of P. B of P equal to, B of P means what? See, B is pointing here now, correct? So P is pointing here because you have already copied 4 elements. So P is pointing to the next location. Now you want to copy A of I, which is 60, correct? Now, so it means what? A of I. Then simply, you can increment I. So I plus plus. Then if you have already copied, then you are going to increment P also. So P is pointing now to the next location. So let us increment P. So this loop will, it will keep on executing until you can you can store all the elements, or you can store all the remaining elements into this extra array, correct? Now what could be the another case? Case number 2. Let me discuss case number 2, correct? Let me discuss case number 2. What could be the another possibility? Let us assume we are having one array. Now in this array we are having 8 elements. So in this array we are having 2 sorted subarray. So this is what? First sorted subarray, and this is what? Second sorted subarray. Now let's suppose in this array we are having 4 elements. In this array also we are having 4 elements, correct? So let's say index number 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I is pointing to the index number 1, and this mid is pointing to the index number 4. This is what? K, and this is J. So let me store some elements. So let me store 10, 20, 30, and 40. Now in this, let me store 65, 89, let's say 95, and 98. So this is what? One sorted subarray, and this is first sorted subarray, and this is what? Second sorted subarray. Now we need to merge these elements into one common one common array. So let us take the array of size m plus n. Let me take the array of size m plus n. So this is the array. This is the extra array we are taking for merging these elements. So name of this array is, let's say, B. Now P is pointing to the index number 1, correct? Now what we will do, first we are going to compare the first element of the first array with the first element of the second array. Whichever is minimum we are going to simply copy. So 10 will be copied here, correct? Then we are going to compare this first. Then if this element is copied, then we are going to increment this P to the next location, and we are also incrementing the I, correct? Because so that we can compare next time 20 and 65. Now this time which one is minimum? So 20 is minimum, so 20 will be copied. Now because we have already done the comparison with 20, then we are going to increment the value of I. Now I is pointing to the I is pointing to third location, correct? Now then we are going to let us increment P also, because we in the next so in this slot we are going to store the next element. So we are going to compare 30 and 65. Which one is minimum? 30 is minimum, so we will copy 30 here. Now in the next, again we are going to increment I. so I will be incremented, so P will also be incremented. Now again we are going to compare 40 and 65. Which one is minimum? Obviously 40 is minimum, so 40 will be copied here, correct? Then I again will be incremented, so I will become 5, correct? Now once this I will be out of this first sorted subarray, it means what? This array is copied. All the elements from this first array is copied into the extra array of size m plus n. So now simply we can copy all the elements from the second sorted subarray because all the elements are already sorted. So simply our task is to copy all the elements. So simply we can copy 65, 89, 95, 98. Now we need to simply copy. Then we will find that this array is sorted. But see, if you execute this code, so this code is not going to be executed. See, I is what? I is now 5, and what is the value of mid? Mid is what? 4. It means this condition is false, so this while loop is not going to be executed. So how to copy the contents of the second sorted subarray? So that is the reason we need to write one more while loop. While loop. So this, which would be from k less than equal to up to j. If this condition is true, then you can copy all the elements from the second first second array. So which is nothing but the a of k will be copied into b of p, and you can increment k plus plus, then p plus plus, and this is what? Okay. So this would be equal to, yes, correct. So this is all about merge procedure. Now we can write the merge sort algorithm. Let me write the merge sort algorithm. So let us implement the merge sort. Okay. So let me write merge sort. Now in merge sort, what would be the input? So input is unsorted array. Now I is the starting index and j is the last index. Now in this, see, let us talk about the first condition. If array contains one element, so we don't need to sort that element because one element is already sorted element. So if, let's say, if I equal to j, if I equal to j means what? If I equal to j means array contains only one element and one element is always sorted. So simply you don't need to sort that array or sort that element. So simply you can return a of i. So this is what you can do. Now else means what? Your array contains more than one element. If your array contains more than one element, then merge sort says you keep you keep on dividing that array until you get the two sorted subarray. So first we are going to divide that array into two parts. So first we are going to calculate mid. So let me calculate mid. Int mid equal to I plus j divided by 2, and you can take the floor value, correct? So now let's suppose something like, so let's say this is what our array, and we have divided into two parts. Yes, we have divided into two parts. It means what? We need to again apply merge sort on the left side part, and we need to apply merge sort on the right hand side part. First we will call merge sort on left hand side, then we are going to call merge sort on right hand side. So let us call the merge sort on left hand side first. So merge sort. Now left hand side means what? So what would be the arguments? A is the A is the array, and I is the starting index of the first sorted subarray, and let's say, and this would be, what would be the last index? So last index is mid. So this is what the index, last index. Now then this what would be the first index? So it is going to be merge sort. On the left hand side we are going to call merge sort. So this is also unsorted array, and this is also unsorted array, because we are applying merge sort, not merge procedure. So we are calling we are calling merge sort on the left hand side part and on right hand side part. So merge sort. So A is what? A is the array, and I is what? So now what would be the argument here? So mid plus 1. Mid plus 1 is what? Means this is the starting index of the this array, which is also unsorted. Now mid plus 1, then last index is what? Last index is j, correct? Now so this is what the merge sort for left side, and this is what the merge sort for the right hand side. Now let's suppose you are calling merge sort on the left hand side, and this function will give you one sorted subarray. Now this is also one, this is merge sort. This will give you one another sorted sub-array. Then you can simply merge these two sorted sub-arrays. So for that you need to call the merge procedure. So let us call the merge procedure. Merge procedure. Now A is the array. Now so let's suppose this function calling is giving you one sorted subarray, and this function calling is giving you another sorted subarray. So what would be the index of the first sorted subarray? So I comma mid, then mid plus 1, then this is what j, correct, and finally you can return sorted array. This merge procedure will give you sorted array, correct. So this is what the else, and this is what merge sort. So let me discuss about the time complexity of this merge sort. So let us write the recurrence relation for the merge sort. So let's suppose if you apply merge sort on n elements, so it takes, let's say, t of n time to sort the n elements, correct. So it takes t of n time to sort the n elements. Now then if you see every statement in this merge sort, now this is what simply one comparison statement. So comparison statement will take order of 1 time, correct. Now this is what simply you are calculating the mid, so mid will also take order of 1 time. Now then if you see this merge sort function calling, so see you are calling this merge sort on n by 2 elements, correct. So we have already assumed if merge sort takes t of n time to solve the n elements problem. Now if you see this merge sort function calling is solving the n by 2 elements problem. So how much time it will take? So it will take simply t of n by 2 times, correct. Similarly it will also take, because first you are applying the merge sort on the left hand side, then you are applying merge sort on the right hand side, so it will also take n by 2, t of n by 2 time, correct. Then if you see this next statement, which is nothing but the, so this is what merge sort, second merge sort function calling, and if you see the next statement, which is nothing but the merge procedure. So you can see merge procedure contains only one while loop, which is from I to j. I to j means what? Maximum you can make the n number of comparisons, correct. I to j means what? Array contains n elements, then we are going to make the n number of comparisons. So maximum it can take on an order of n time, correct. So order of n time, merge procedure will take order of n time. So it is going to take order of n time. Now let me write the, so this is what tn by 2 plus tn by 2 it is going to be 2tn by 2, correct, plus now this is what the time for merge procedure, so it is nothing but n. Now what about the constant? So constant, you can ignore the constant, so constant is not going to affect the this recurrence relation. So if you solve this recurrence relation, let me remove this. Now if you solve this recurrence relation, which is nothing but t of n equal to 2tn by 2 plus n, correct. So this is what the recurrence relation we got for merge sort. Now if you apply master theorem, so in master theorem we generally calculate only n raised to power log a base b, correct. So in this case a is what? 2 and b is 2, correct. So if you apply master theorem, so let us calculate n raised to power log a base b. So log a is what? 2 and b is also 2, correct. So it is going to be n. Now this function value is n and this function value is also n. If both the if both the function values are matching, then what we need to do, we can simply multiply with log n. So let us multiply with log n. So time complexity is going to be n log n and base is 2. So this is what the time complexity of merge sort, correct. So in based case, what is the time complexity of merge sort? Based case is also omega of, big omega of n log n, and what is the average case? Average case is also theta of n log n. What about worst case? Worst case is also big O of n log n. So in every case, based case, average case and worst case, time complexity is n log n, and this is what just representation. This is what in order to represent the based case, we use generally big omega symbol, and this is what theta symbol, and this is big O order of, or you can say big O symbol. So time complexity of merge sort in every case is going to be n log n. So let me discuss some more points about the merge sort. So let's suppose, let us assume how this merge sort is going to be executed. Let us assume. So see, now we will take one example and we will see how it is going to be executed. So from the starting of this lecture, we have taken one example. Let's suppose I am taking that example now. So let's say now we are having some elements in this array. So let us assume this is 55. Let's say this is 7. Unsorted array we are taking randomly. So let's say this is 19. This is 21. This is this is 29. Let's suppose this is 87. So let me take how many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say this is 13 and this is 91. So 7, 8. Total array contains 8 elements, and this is what? Unsorted array. Now I want to apply merge sort on this. So first what I will merge sort says if array contains more than one element, then you first divide this into two parts. So I am going to divide this into two parts. So means what? It is from 1 to my array is from 1 to 8. So my array contains 8 elements. So how to calculate mid first? We are going to calculate mid. So mid is nothing but the 1 plus 8 divided by 2. 1 plus 8 divided by 9. 9 divided by 2 is what? 4.5, and you can take floor value. So 4. So one part will be from a of 1 comma 4. Another part is going to be 5 to 8. So this would be your this would be your first part, and this would be your second part. So if you see in first part how many elements are there, so let me write these elements here. So it is going to be 55, then it is going to be 7, it is going to be 19, and it is going to be 21. Correct? Now in the second part, so how many elements are there total? 4 elements are there, which is from 5 to 8. So 29, then it is 87, 13, then 91. Correct? So 4 elements are this side. Now if you see, this is still unsorted, this is still unsorted array, and merge sort says you divide the problem up until you get 2 sorted subarrays, and we know that we will surely get 2 sorted subarrays until you get only one element array. So again you are going to divide this into 2 parts. So let us divide into 2 parts, because this array contains now 4 elements. So we will divide up to 1 elements. So let us divide this into another 2 parts. So 1 plus 4 is what? 5. Again we are going to calculate mid. 1 plus 4 is what? 5. 5 divided by 2 is what? 2.5. 2.5, and you can take the floor value. So this part will contain 1 to 2, and this part will contain from 3 to 4. So if you see how many elements it contains 2 elements. So what are those 2 elements? 55, and this is 7. Now this part contains how many elements? 2 elements. So 19 and let me write something here. So 19 and 21. Correct? Now this part, if you again calculate the mid for this part, so it is going to be divided into 2 parts. So 5 plus 8 is what? 13. 13 divided by 2 is what? 6.5, and you can take the floor value. So 6. So this part would be 5 to 6, and this part would be 7 to 8. So now in this case, now what are the values? 5 to 6 means what? 29 and 87. Correct? Now this is what? 13 and 91. Correct? Now so see, if merge sort says if array contains more than 1 element, then again you divide into 2 parts. So let us divide one more time. So now last time we are dividing. So see, this is what? This is nothing but it will contain 1 element. So 1 to 1. Now this would be a comma 2 comma 2, and this would be a comma 3 comma 3, and it would be a 4 comma 4, and this would be a comma 5 comma 5, and this would be a 6 comma 6, and this would be a 7 comma 7, and this would be a 8 comma 8. Correct? Now a11 means what? 55. Correct? 55. Now a22 means what? 7. A33 means what? 19. Now A44 means what? 21. This is what? 29, 87, then it is 13, and it is 91. Now if you see, so this is what? one sorted subarray, and this is what? Second sorted subarray. But for this problem, see, if you are applying merge sort on these 2 elements, so it would give you one sorted subarray 55 is one of the sorted subarray, and this is what the second sorted subarray. If you are applying merge sort in on this particular problem, so you are going to get one sorted subarray in the form of 19, and you are going to get second sorted subarray in the form of 21. So this is yours. So for this problem, this is what first sorted subarray, and for this problem, this is what second sorted subarray, and for this problem, this is what first sorted subarray, and this is what second sorted subarray. Similarly, for this problem, it is what first sorted subarray, and for this is what second sorted subarray. Now, so we know that whenever we are having two sorted subarray, we can simply merge, and we know that merge procedure. So see, what we will do, we are going to take the array of we are going to take the array of size 2. So let us take the array of size 2. Now, then how to merge these two? With the help of merge procedure, we know that. So 7 will come here and 55 will come here. With the help of merge procedure, so we know that. So it will give you, whenever we are having two sorted subarrays, so we can merge these. So with the help of merge procedure, correct. So we are going to get this after merge procedure. Now if you apply merge procedure here, so you will get 19 and 21, correct. So this is what the after merging these two elements, you will get this, and after merging this, you will get this. Now if you apply merge procedure on this one sorted subarray, and this is what second sorted subarray, so you will get 29 and 87 you will get after merge procedure. Now here if you apply, so you will get 13 and 91 after merge procedure. Now see, for this problem, you are having one sorted subarray, and for this problem, this is what your second sorted subarray. Now this is what your first sorted subarray, and this is what second sorted subarray. But for this problem, then you know how to merge these two sorted subarrays. So if you want to merge these two sorted subarrays into one array, then you need to take the array of these size. What is the size? Means size of 4. So let us take one array of size 4. So this is what 1, 2, 3, 4. So now this is what one sorted subarray, and this is what second sorted subarray. After applying merge procedure, you are going to get one sorted array, one sorted array. So what would be that array? So that array will contain 7, then 19, then 21, then 55. This is what you will get after applying the merge procedure on these two sorted subarray, correct? Yes. Now if you apply merge procedure on these two sorted subarrays, what you will get? Let me write this. So this is what 4 elements. Now we need one array of size 4. So if you apply merge procedure here, so it is going to be 13, and it is going to be 29, it is going to be 87, it is going to be 91, correct? Now, so this is what our first, for this problem, it is what our first sorted subarray, and this is what second sorted subarray, correct? This is what first sorted subarray, and this is what second sorted subarray. Now we are having, if we are having first sorted subarray and second sorted subarray, so how we can merge? Now if we want to merge these two sorted subarray in one array, so let us take the size of the array is what 8 this time, and we are going to merge these in one common array. Size is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is the size 8. Correct. Now, so this is what first sorted subarray, and this is what second sorted subarray. So if you apply merge procedure on these two sorted subarray, so what you will get? You will get one array which is sorted. So 7 you will get here, then 13 will come here, then 19 will come here, then 21 will come here, then 29 will come here, then 55 will come here, then 87 will come here, and 91 will come here. So like this you can apply merge sort, then you can apply merge procedure. So this is how you are going to apply merge sort on unsorted algorithm. So this is all about your merge sort. Now let me discuss some more points about the merge sort and merge procedure. So let me explain those points. So let's suppose we are having 4 sorted subarray. So this is my first sorted subarray, this is second sorted subarray, and this is third sorted subarray, and this is fourth sorted subarray. Now size of every array is 8 elements. Means every sorted subarray contains 8 elements. So this is what 8 elements. It will also contain 8 elements. Now So this is what my first sorted subarray, this is second sorted subarray, this is what third sorted subarray, and this is fourth sorted subarray. Now what they are asking means, what we want to do in this case, we want to merge all these array in one common array. Means what? Means we want to merge all the elements. So if you merge all the arrays in one common array, then size of this array will become 32. It will contain 32 elements, correct? So the size of the array will be 32 elements. But we know only how to merge the two sorted subarrays, not four sorted subarrays. So first we are going to merge these two sorted array, then we are going to merge these two sorted subarray, then we will get the size of this array is going to be 16, then we are going to get the size of this array is 16, then this is also one of the sorted array, this is also one of the sorted array after applying the merge procedure, correct? Then we can merge these two sorted subarray, then 16 plus 16, so it is going to be 32 elements. But my question is, how many number of comparisons it will take in worst case? How many number of comparisons it will take in worst case? But we know, see, how many comparison it will take in worst case? M plus n minus 1 it takes in worst case, correct? We have already seen this case. Now, so if you want to merge these two sorted subarray, then how many comparison it will take? Size of this array is 8, and size of this array is what? 8. So minus 1. So it is going to be 8 plus 8, 16 minus 1. So in order to merge into a 16 size of array, it will take 15 number of comparisons. Yes, correct. Now similarly, if you want to merge these two sorted subarray into a 16 size of the array, so it will take how many comparisons? 15 comparisons. Yes, correct. Now, so we are having the size of array 16 in this case, and this is in this case also 16, and this is what this is the first sorted subarray, and this is what second sorted subarray. But we want to merge these into a 32 elements size of the array. So what we will do, again we are going to merge. So how many number of comparison it will take now? It will take again, so size of this array is what? 16, and size of this array is also 16. So 16 plus 16 minus 1. So it is going to take how many comparisons? It will take 31 comparisons. So in order to merge 8 elements, 4 sorted subarray, size of each array is what? 8. How many comparisons it will take? So this is what the question. So it will take 15 comparisons for merging these two sorted subarray. So you will get one sorted subarray. In order to merge these two sorted subarray, you need 15 comparisons plus 15. Now, so you are having one sorted subarray here, you are having one sorted subarray here. Finally, you are going to merge. So it requires 31 comparisons, correct? So total overall, how many comparisons you made? So in this case, we have done 61 comparisons total. How many comparisons we have done? Total 61 comparisons.